Good morning. It's day 35 on the Continental Divide Trail. This may be my last full day in New Mexico, so let's hike.
My name is Michelle Bentley. I'm a retired Houston firefighter and empty nester who loves to get out and explore God's beautiful creation. For years, I've dreamed of hiking from Mexico to Canada on the roughly 3,100-mile Continental Divide Trail, the most remote and rugged of the long-distance trails in the United States. This year, with the support of my amazing husband, I'm beginning this epic solo journey. I love to share my adventures, so come and hike with me.
Saying goodbye to where I camped last night. Sun is just starting to rise. It is a cloudy day. I checked the forecast and it does say it's got a chance of heavy rain kind of all throughout the day. Sometimes it's only around 40 and 50%. Sometimes it's over 70. So we'll see how far I can get before I get rained on. But when I set up last night, it was not raining. And when I got packed up, it was not raining. So can't ask for more than that. All right, see you down the trail. It's kind of a lot of dead or dying trees. But I found a nice spot where I was where they were all alive. So I didn't have to really worry about a tree falling on me with all the wind last night. It rained off and on for a while, but not hard. And I found a nice sheltered spot there from the wind. I could hear how strong the wind was. Oh, this is muddy. But it really didn't reach me, so I got a good night's sleep, falling asleep to the sound of the wind blowing up in the trees. A lot of water. Here's the first water source of the morning. Pond. Doesn't look terrible, but I've got plenty of water still. Gosh, probably to get me till lunchtime, as cool as it is. It's like 39 degrees, 38 degrees. Oof, chilly. So the trail's been like a combination of Jeep road, ATV road, and some real primitive cut trail. All through like this kind of rolling hill landscape, goes in and out of the forest. Lots of little birds and things chirping around me. And so far, no rain. This is opening up a bit here. You can see some mountain in the distance. Like when you zoom in, you can see like a little peak peeking up there. Right, dropping down into a pretty valley. I just had like 2 elk come running out in front of me, but I couldn't get my camera out in time. It's hard to catch the wildlife sometimes. So I was just thinking about things I've kind of learned on trail, and one of them is how the CDTs really built my confidence so far. Like when I started the trail, one of my biggest fears was like getting lost because I saw people commenting how, there were sections that are incomplete. You have to do some navigation. There's unmarked turns and trail just peters out. And I don't know, that made me feel really anxious because I always thought, oh, what if I get lost and I, run out of food or water? But I've had to face that. The trail does peter out and there are unmarked turns and there's areas that you are just bushwhacking. But because of that, going through it, it's made me gain a lot of confidence in my navigation skills and being able to compare different maps. Like sometimes the far out map that I use for primary navigation, the line that they've drawn to denote the trail, it's off. And especially when you get like in wooded areas. Sometimes it's off considerably, and that can be nervous when you're looking and you're like in the middle, your little GPS dots showing you way off the line. But I compare that to some other maps I've downloaded, and usually I'm able to find a way or find a deep road or bushwhack, you know, over to where a trail is at. And I'm feeling less and less anxious about it, and I've definitely gained some confidence. So that is one thing I've learned on the CDT. Case in point, there is no trail, but I'm just pointing in the direction that I'm supposed to be walking. I see some like, probably some faint trail that picks back up down ahead that I can follow. It's going in the right direction. Maybe a cow trail, but it's easier than walking on this little tufts of grass. Looking back down the valley, I've traveled up from the tree line there. And it's a long valley. I'm still traveling up. Okay, I've finished climbing up out of that valley. Let me see if I can. So I came, there's some Jeep roads way out ahead that lead up in those. Where's my stick here? That's funny. It won't, oh, there it goes. So they lead, oh, this isn't gonna work. There we go, way up at the top there. Those that go back into the trees, that's where I came out and dropped in at. And then climbed way back to where I'm at now. So pretty cool. Heading up over this rise. Let's see what's next. This is like my least favorite type of gate to open, because you have like a stick that's got, it's kind of restrained by a piece of wire at the bottom, and you take the top loop off and the whole gate kind of collapses, or you have to hold it up. And then that top loop is often very tight and it's hard to get back over. But fortunately my legs were long enough to just step over this barbed wire. I didn't have to mess with it. So thankful for the sun right now. Even if it is short-lived, I'm gonna enjoy it, soak it up. Back to my beautiful aspens. Came from over here. I just heard an elk bugle. I don't know if it'll do it again. Oh, that's cool. Such a cool sound. Just walking along through this aspen forest. Ah, I caught one. Here's an elk. If you can see it. Wow, they're so quiet. She's running off. She's back behind the tree now. Cool. A lot of elk out here. This is where that elk was when she heard me moving off. Somewhere back down in those trees. There she is. She just hopped the fence. She's running off. Where'd she go? Oh, I just see her bub. In the woods, there's her. Wow, what a pretty view. This really is a beautiful section of trail. This is a new area I'm headed into. And I still have sunshine. There's clouds building behind me, but for the moment, I got a really nice spot. Lovely trail. Came back through that valley. It's a pretty creek. It's got nice water. But it's so good. So I don't need to collect yet. Let's see, hop across here. Alright. Gotta do a little rock hopping, skipping to keep my feet dry here. I think I can make it. It's kind of shallow in the center. All right, here's my trail down there that I came up. Now I'm climbing up. Well, I'm climbing up nicely. Got a nice cool breeze in my face, keeping me from overheating. Got like 5.5 miles to a campground where I will likely have lunch. But I might stop in about half a mile just for a quick snack and set my pack down for just a minute. Oh, this is gorgeous. I hiked, came down that valley, I think, and went way back, and then climbed up, and I've been working my way up and up this way. This trail's really cool. It's just taking me right along this ridge line or cliff edge. See, it just keeps going up. Keeps going up. So I just came down that hillside and crossed over this little stream down here. And now my trail is climbing up. Wow, just look at that view. Beautiful. Heading up into the aspens. Two miles to the campgrounds. Still sunny. There are some clouds, but still a beautiful day. It was nice. It gave me a log to cross that little stream. So pretty. The water looks great. Big climb coming up, I think. There's a pretty little pond up here. So the trail brought me out onto this road that looks like it's gonna climb up to these two campgrounds. That is where I will take a break. Well, there's I think pond. I don't think that's one of the lakes. So this is the lower Lagunitas Lake. And I'm gonna climb up in a minute, but I think I need to collect water from over here somewhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. And here's the upper Lagunitas Lake. So there's some pretty picnic tables. over there and just use this picnic table to have my lunch. Well, this looks like a good spot to have my lunch. I went ahead and climbed up to the upper campground to save me from having to do the climb after. Now we can get a good look at the lake. This is that upper Lagunitas Lake. Really pretty. Hey, there's a heron flying. My little climb after lunch. Whew, that felt tough. Full stomach and fully loaded on my water, so I don't have to stop later. And beautiful view. Climbing that way. Look at this crazy trail. Following the edge. Out in the distance, the snow-covered mountains. I think that's my first peak of the San Juans. Oh, I miss them. This is the other side of the ridge, back from where I came. This is beautiful too. Right. Heading forward. Man, at one point, this must have been a blow-down nightmare. Like, look at all these trees. There's so many down trees in this section. Shout out to the trail crews that cleared all of this. Man, this would have been a nightmare, especially if there was any snow on trail. Like, talk about dangerous. So many down trees. Right now I'm trying to finish this climb and drop down before all this moves in. Almost to the top. So those peaks, those are Colorado mountains for sure. Getting up almost to the very top here. I'm starting to run into snow, but so far it hasn't really been on the trail, or I've been able to like step over around it. Oh, maybe not this one. I can go around this here. Yeah, there was some good snow up here for people that came through earlier. This would have been slow going. I can really see those mountains. Still got some snow up there. They're not kidding. Yep. Oh yeah. Y'all, this storm is catching up to me quickly. It's like starting to thunder almost over my head. I'm trying to get down. Monsoon season. I think I recognize this place. I was here, yep, sure enough, in the fall. I came here with my husband and some good friends of ours, Larry and Sandy and Dwight and Susan, to go ride ATVs. And we came up this forest road to this lookout, overlook. Let me see. That's so funny. Yep, there's the overlook. Drove them right over there. And it was when all the aspens were like changing colors, so it's really pretty. And there's the overlook. Gorgeous. But I need to get down, so let's figure out where I'm going. So I just looked at the map and I just made a decision to take this Forest Service Road 87 because this storm is like lightning all over my head, and my trail was going up higher and staying high, exposed. So I'm going to take this road. It parallels the trail but at a lower elevation down in the trees, and then I'll reconnect with the CDT up ahead in a couple of miles, it looks like. Hopefully the storm will move out by then too. Yeah, I feel a lot better about this. It's still kind of open, but CDT's way up there, and I'm down the hill a ways, just kind of following it. So it's not lightning as much as it was, but still not a good feeling when you're standing up and you're the tallest thing around. This road has some great views. Let me get around these trees here. There's a nice view of the mountains out. Let's see. There we go. Really pretty. Just drizzling right now. The thunder seems to be more behind me, so that's good. This reminds me of that long valley this morning, except I've got a road to walk on instead of grass. Kind of looking back down the road I've been coming in the storm. Seems it's moving that way. I'm starting to get out of it finally. Might even be able to close my umbrella here in a second. And I'm close, about 4/10 of a mile away from where the road intersects the Continental Divide Trail again, so I'll jump back on it. All right, I am back on the CDT. I think that was a smart decision on my part, but that's a little scary. This sucks right now. I've been caught by this storm again. The temperature has dropped into the 30s. I'm completely soaked through. The wind is blasting, and I'm in completely open space right now. So I'm kind of jogging to stay warm, and I think in less than a mile I've got, supposed to, on the map it says it, sheltered camp or like tent site and some pine trees that'll protect me from the wind and some of this rain. So hopefully I can throw my tent up, get out of these wet clothes, and get warmed up. Because I feel like I'm in the middle of winter. It's ridiculous. Okay, I gotta put this up. Hey, I made it. That was pretty rough. Oof. I was so cold. Just, it kept raining. Another storm hit. And it was stronger. The wind was blowing. It was just raining so hard. And it was right when I was in this wide open area that kept dipping down through boggy, stream crossings, and my feet were soaked. My pants were soaked because the wind was blowing the rain straight into me. My rain jacket started soaking through. My umbrella was getting soaked through. I mean, everything was just so wet, and it was so cold. The temperature got into the upper 30s, and the wind, with the wind chill, it felt freezing. But I finally got to this area that had like a circle of pine trees, and in between the trees, it was really sheltered from the wind, and even the rain wasn't getting through as much, so I was able to throw my tent up real quick. Now the storm has moved on. The birds are chirping. I had to completely change all of my clothes because they were all wet, so I'm wearing like my night clothes, and then I try to keep my fleece and my puffy in a dry bag all day. In case something like this happens, I have something warm to put on. So I'm warming up. I had some, my dinner, my hot mashed potatoes with olive oil. that's one of my last dinners I've got here. And warming up in my sleeping bag. So I'm about to brush my teeth and probably call it a day and see if I can get out of New Mexico, if New Mexico is going to let me leave tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Something was just... I think it's coyotes, maybe. It's not far from me.